Okay, chapter 4, we're going to look at polynomials, mostly of higher degree, because the last chapter we were looking at degree 2 or quadratic functions. Okay, so 4.1, day 1, intro to polynomials. Okay, the first vocabulary, a polynomial is in standard form when its terms are in descending order of degree, and when we see degree, we're thinking of exponents. Okay, some of these have special names like quadratic. Okay, the first kind is degree 0. Degree means there's no exponent on the variable. Or there's no variables. So for example, degree 0, we call this constant because it's for this example function f of x equals 5, y always equals 5. Standard form is highest to lowest. In this case, there's only one term, so it's going to stay at f of x equals 5. Okay, degree 1 means the exponent is a 1. So for this example function here, the highest exponent is 1 with the x, and this is technically x to the 1. Okay, if you graph this, it makes a line. It's in slope-intercept form, so degree 1 is linear because it makes a line. Okay, if I change this to standard form, I need to put the highest exponent first, which is the 3x, and then the lowest last. So that's the -2. And watch your signs. Okay, for the next one. Okay, degree 2. It's degree 2 because if I look at this polynomial here, the term with the highest degree is right here, and it has a degree of 2. Degree 2 is quadratic, which is what we spent most of last chapter on. Okay, let's put it in standard form. Highest degree, x squared. What's next? Minus 5x, and then that's a positive 8. Okay, next one. Degree 3. Highest exponent is this one right here. That's why it's degree 3. Degree 3, if you remember from chapter 1, is cubic, because x to the third is x cubed. Let's put it in standard form. Okay, the cubed term goes first. This is a minus 7x cubed. This whole thing goes together. The coefficient, the sign of the coefficient has to stay. And then the 2x is a positive 2x. Okay, degree 4, we have not named this before, but this is a quartic. Okay, quartics, when the highest degree is 4, the highest exponent, which in this case is this one. When I rewrite this in standard form, highest exponent is x to the 4th. There's no x cubed, there's no x squared, so the next one is 5x. And then the -3 is last. Okay, now once you get higher than degree 4, they don't really have a special name for it. So for example, if this was degree 10, we don't give it a special degree. We just call this a 10th degree. This is a 10th degree polynomial or an 18th degree polynomial. For putting it in standard form, I still put the highest degree first, and then it would go in decreasing order. In this case, it's only a binomial. Okay, so for example, when we're going to write the polynomial in standard form, state its degree, type, and leading coefficient, and I'll tell you what a leading coefficient is. Okay, first let's put it in standard form. Okay, f of x, the highest degree for this one is the x to the third, so this negative 2x to the third. Okay, then what's next? The positive 5x and the positive 8. Okay, what's the degree on this? 3, because that's the highest exponent. Since it is degree 3, we call this cubic. Okay, degree 3, cubic. Okay, the leading coefficient means on the x to the third term, which is this one here, what's the coefficient? The coefficient is the number in front of the x to the third. So in this case, the leading coefficient is -2. When you put it in standard form, it's the first coefficient. If it's not in standard form, it's whatever the highest exponent term is coefficient. Okay, let's look at b. First, put it in standard form. So let's see, g of x. What's the highest exponent here? X to the 4th. Root 2, x to the 4th. Is there a 3? There's a 3. Is there a squared? No. X? No. Go down to 12. Okay, the degree, 4. The name for a degree 4 polynomial is quartic. It's actually called a quartic trinomial. Okay, the leading coefficient, look at the highest degree, and then look at the number in the front. So this is square root of 2. and we're going to use the leading coefficient to help us very soon. Okay, if you're ahead, just keep going and finish these up, and I'll keep writing these. Okay. H of x, 7x to the fifth, minus x to the second, plus 4x. Okay, what's the leading degree? 5. Okay. If it's 5, does it have a special name? No, it's fifth degree. The leading coefficient is the number in front of the x to the fifth, which is a 7. Let's try this one. And j of x. X minus 3. The leading degree is the x to the 1, linear. Oops, degree 1, type is linear. Okay, leading coefficient. Ooh, what number is in front of here if there's no number? That's technically considered a 1. So 1x to the 1. Okay, k to the x. Watch your signs. That's a negative 1.6x squared, negative 5x, positive 7. Okay, the degree is 2, which means this is quadratic. The leading coefficient is the negative 1.6. Okay, q of x. 3x to the fourth plus x to the third minus 6x. What's the leading? The degree is 4, quartic. Leading coefficient is the 3. Example 2, we're just going to evaluate the polynomial functions, which you do know how to do. So if you're working ahead, just double check your answer when you're ready. Okay, g of x equals 2x to the fourth minus 8x to the second plus 5x minus 7. They want me to evaluate it for x equals 3. So the x's, I'm going to plug in 3. So g of 3 is 2, 3 to the fourth minus 8, 3 squared plus 5, 3 minus 7. Okay, watch your order of operations because you've got to do the exponents first. So I see I have to do the 3 to the fourth first, and I have to do the 3 to the second first. The other ones don't have exponents, so I can do whatever I want there. Okay, 3 to the fourth. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 20. Let me do this on this side. 3, 3, 3, 3. Actually, let me do this in group. That's 9, 9, 81. So 2 times 81 minus 8 times 3 squared is 9. Now, since there's no exponents on these last ones, I can go ahead and evaluate them. 2 times 81, 162 minus 72. Okay, the 15 minus 7, if you would like to do this now, you can. Just be really respectful of your signs. Positive 15 minus 7 is positive 8. What's 162 minus 72? Let's subtract it. 0. 16 minus 7 is 9. So 90 plus 8, 98. Okay? And your work could be slightly different as long as you're doing the exponents first. And we got the same result. Okay, go ahead and if you've already tried B, then forward to the answer. So f of x equals 3x to the fourth minus x to the, I'm pretty sure I meant to make that x to the third, plus 6x plus 10 for x equals negative 2. So f of negative 2, we're going to watch our signs carefully. 3, negative 2 to the fourth minus, and when you plug a negative in, make sure you put parentheses because it makes a difference, especially with exponents. Okay, I got to do the exponent first. So negative 2 to the fourth. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Okay, you can do them in order. You can break them up as long as you respect their signs. So negative 2, that's positive 4. That's positive 4. So this is going to be positive 16. Okay, minus. Now let's do negative 2 to the third. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So that's 4 times negative 2, which is negative 8. Okay, since there's no exponents on the last two, I can do them however I want. Okay, so 3 times 16 is 48. Negative 8 is positive 8. minus 12 plus 10. And if you want to combine the negative 12 plus 10 already, you can't just watch your signs. It would be negative 2. So what is this? This is 56 minus 12 plus 10. 56 minus 12 is 44, which is 54. So check that you got the same answer. Our steps could be a little different. Once you get to here, how you add it up is up to you, as long as you're very, very careful and respectful of your signs. Okay, one more. Okay, f of t equals negative t cubed plus 3t squared plus 9, where t is 4. Okay, f of 4. Negative. Now you don't have to put the 4 in parentheses here, but you need to be careful because the negative is not in the parentheses for sure. Okay, so the negative has to hang out here. I'm going to do 4 times 4 times 4. That's 16 times 4, 32, 64. Plus 3 times 4 squared, 16, plus 9. So this is negative 64 plus 48 plus 9. Okay, now again, how you add these up is up to you, as long as you're respectful of the signs. Some people like to do all the positives and negatives and then combine. So if you did that, I would have negative 64. 48 plus 9, they're both positive, so I could add them up now, which would be 57. And then I could do negative 64 plus 57, which is negative. And then when I subtract, I get 7. So negative 7. Make sure you got that result, and then just be really careful with your negatives. It's not the order you add them in, it's that you are very respectful of your signs as you are adding them.